on a rocky savanna, littered with dusty boulders, surrounded by distant mountains of stone, sat a nascent village. This village had no name. There were no predators, save for large cats with fangs which extend forth from the mouth. The cats fed on killdeers, wild dogs, and other, smaller cats. The cats had no natural predators, save for the sons on the men who lived on this savanna. The men would work at various crafts. Their wives remained in their homes. They were not homes any more than the killdeers were eagles or the dusty boulders, mountains. These homes were fashioned of large cat hide. The foundation was the bare earth. The sons of the men on this savanna passed the time with an odd game. At one corner of the savanna, there stood a patch of woods which obstructed a long, deep gully of sorts. The sons of the men, in groups of no more than 4 or 5, would act as bait for the large-teethed cats. One of the sons of man would make a sudden movement and a cat would charge to within a few feet, as the cats were naturally bellicose. Then another son of man would make the same movement for the sole purpose of distracting the beast. The purpose was not so much to distract the beast as it was to invite the beast closer toward the patch of woods and gully. After 4 sons of man took their turns coaxing 4 times, the whole menagerie was at the edge of the wood. The last son of man would stand at the edge of the gully and wait for the savage beast to pounce. This game became popular through years of private practice inspired by puerile boredom. These men, wives, and sons of men had given names. There was Og the counter, Buk the hunter, Prometheus the talker, and Chingy the builder. There were more men, but had no recognizable names. Og was the bearer of 2 sons who had no recognizable names. Prometheus, while talking one day, decided to take a walk to the edge of the savanna. He was startled by the growling of a large cat. It startled him so much that he forgot what he was talking about and became angry. One of Og's sons dashed in front of his purview and signaled to one of the other boys. Prometheus yelled out to them, "Stop!" But the son of man, Og's first son, did not hear him. Prometheus yelled out again, "Stop!" But by now, the large cat had caught on to Og's son's scent and was in pursuit. Prometheus yelled a third time, "Stop!" Og's second son looked back. He missed his turn in the game. The large cat pounced on one of the sons of man, tearing him to pieces. While the large cat was feasting, Prometheus yelled out, "Nephew, come to me." All 3 remaining sons of man ran to Prometheus's side. He spoke to them. "Return home." They did as they were told, as was the custom for sons of the men of this savanna. Prometheus followed behind at a distance, leaving the wooded area, the large cat, and the large cat's prey behind. Prometheus entered Og's home and called out, "Where is Og?" He heard no response. So, he left. He walked to the home of Buk. He entered Buk's home and yelled out, "Where is Buk?" Buk emerged from behind a silk curtain mounted on the horns of bovines. He approached Prometheus. "Where is Og?" Prometheus asked. "He has gone to the home of Chingy." Buk responded, "I will go to him." As Prometheus approached the home of Buk, Og appeared at the entrance. Prometheus yelled out, "Og, your 2 sons have been playing a game with a large cat. I called out to them, and they did not call back. What is your answer?" Og did nothing. Prometheus continued, "Why have you not spoken?" Og turned and walked back into the home. He returned a moment later and began to walk without speaking to Prometheus. Prometheus followed him. The 2 walked the length of 2 homes before Prometheus spoke. "Og, your 2 sons have been playing a game with a large cat. I called out to them, and they did not call back." Og did not respond, but looked at the 3rd home they passed. "Og, why have you not spoken?" "I am thinking," Og said to Prometheus. "What does it mean that I am thinking?" Prometheus asked. "I am thinking," Og said to Prometheus. "What does it mean?" Prometheus asked again. He caught up to Og and began walking next to him at the length of one man's arm. He looked at the 3rd house they passed. He looked at Og. "I am thinking." "I am not talking," Og answered at once. Prometheus stopped walking and began to rub his right temple with his left palm. His lips pursed to speak, but he uttered no words. He rushed to return to Og's side and tripped over a small dusty boulder. He fell to the ground and made no attempt to get up. Og called out, "Why did you stop, Prometheus?" Prometheus began furiously rubbing his face with his palm, causing a ruddy pigmentation on his right temple. He responded after a few moments. The boulder stopped me." "What boulder?" Og asked as he stood at Prometheus's aid. "The boulder at my feet." Prometheus hesitated as a man emerged from the third home. "Do you not see it?" Og looked up toward the edge of the savanna where large mountains ran along the horizon under a setting sun. He put his hand out toward Prometheus. "Did you not see it?" Prometheus repeated himself. Og looked at the large mountains at the edge of the savanna along the horizon. He looked at the man who emerged from his home. He looked at Chingy's home. And he spoke. "No." Prometheus and Og remained at this juncture for a number of moments. Many of the nameless men emerged from their homes, mimicking Prometheus's face rubbing. Many of the sons of these men spoke. And so, the first lie was spoken on the savanna, littered with dusty boulders surrounded by distant mountains of stone.